everyone, I'm Fina, one of the advisors for Education USA here in America, who is ready to help you with your study plan in the United States. We can help you with many things, and here are some of the services that we provide for you guys. And how can you get access to any of this? Very easy. Simply email us to jakarta.atamerica@educationusa.org. We look forward to it.
What you need to know about Education USA at America. Fact number 1. Education USA is a U.S. Department of State network of over 430 international students advising centers in more than 175 countries and territories. Fact number 2. There are 8 Education USA centers and 10 advisors across Indonesia. 2 in Jakarta, 2 in Surabaya, 1 in Medan, 1 in Malang, 1 in Makassar, and 1 in Banda Aceh. Fact number 3.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ad America TV. My name is Jasmine. I'm one of the e-guys at Ad America, and we would like to welcome all of our audience members joining us today. We hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Ad America is the U.S. Embassy's American Center, and our mission is to provide a space for young Indonesians to learn more about the United States. We have temporarily moved to a digital platform, so all of you can enjoy our events in the comfort of your own home. For those of you joining us today, you all can use the comment box section for those of you who would like to ask any questions, and our panelists will answer them during the event. And also, don't forget to take a selfie and tag Ad America's Instagram account. And today, before we begin, I would like to tell you all that we will be discussing fitness talk, business in the fitness industry. And before we begin, I would like to break the ice by telling you guys our social media quiz. So the question is, true or false? Exercise in a group gives you the motivation to push yourself harder. I repeat one more time. Is it true or false? Exercising in a group gives you the motivation to push yourself harder. Stay tuned until the end of the event, and we will give a live shout out for those of you who got the answer right. All right, so let's start the event. I would like to invite our moderator for today. She is a fitness and healthy lifestyle enthusiast, Michelle Claudia. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, everybody. My name is Michelle, and I'm today's moderator for today's program, which is Business in the Fitness Industry. So joining me today is Elbert Tiwa. He is the CEO and founder of Empire Fit Club, a former active duty U.S. Marine and an Under Armour athlete. And also Michelle and Cheryl, who is the marketing manager of Empire Fit Club. So a little bit background about me. I've always loved fitness since I was small. And in high school, I was always active through soccer and basketball. And going to work, it was really difficult for me to find something to be active. But I started Muay Thai, which is only cardio. And then I discovered Empire through social media. And I challenged myself to go there one day. And then I was so scared at the first time going there because it's all new and everybody looks very, they know what they're doing, And I remember Chili Bean was there and she greeted me. Also, Charma greeted me, which kind of feels like new to me because they're all very welcoming and warm. And, I was there with 5 other people, and there was all this. I was partnering with a lady which was lifting heavier than me, and I was even struggling just lifting half her weight. So I was really I wanted to go back there because I wanted to be stronger again and build myself up. So I remember just going there every week, and the frequency just increases. So I realized the reason why I kept coming back there is for the hospitality, and that I don't find elsewhere, and the energy, the community, and also the awesome workouts. And I find myself to become a better person just by coming there. And I think Empire has been a huge part for me to become a better person more than building that perfect body. And I believe that's a more sustainable approach because that changed my mindset. So today I prepared some questions for Albert and Mel. But before that, can you introduce yourself, Albert?
Yes. Hi, everybody. My name is Albert. Everybody know me as Coach Albert. I grew up in the U.S. Back in, that's where I've been my whole life, really. I was here in Indonesia when I was little. And then become an athlete. I was a track athlete, went to school for track as well. That was my dream at first. And then right after school, I decided to join the military because that was what I want to do since I was little. Was in a U.S. Marines because I want to challenge myself, find something challenging, find something that is the most hardcore one, because I feel like that's what I'm striving for, was just pushing myself to the limit. And then after the military, I've realized that I want to pursue other thing, and I decided to get out. And then in 2013, that's when I decided to go to Indonesia. But I got out in 2014, late 2014, 2015, moved to Indonesia. But 2013, while I was still in the Marines, was when I decided I was going to go to Indonesia and open Empire Fit Club. So yeah, that's a short story about me.
Okay, so Mel, can you introduce yourself?
Okay, hi. I just unmute my screen. Hi guys, my name is Micheline. Everyone call me Malay. And I grew up here in Jakarta. And when I was 18, I got the amazing opportunity to study in the US. I actually studied in LA for 5 years, 4 years for school and 1 year for work. So I studied marketing. And I'm doing marketing now, so I guess it's great. Um, yeah, I was studying there. I was studying in LA for 5 years. I studied fashion marketing, to be more specific, and then in my throughout my whole life, I always have this a career in fashion industry, especially in high-end fashion brands. And then 2 years ago, I decided to switch gear, to switch my path into the fitness industry, and the rest is history.
Okay, great. So, first question is for Albert. With you being a Marine and going back to Jakarta, what did you see fitness industry here back then? And tell us, how did you begin the idea of Empire?
All right. So back when I first moved, I feel like at a time fitness was very, very narrow, right? It's either you go running or in a gym, they say, which is they go to the gym and bodybuilding, right? And that was, I think, due to past influence such as Aderai doing so well, and marathons happening all over the city. So it was just those two was up in the air. And then in 2013, I took a visit. It's because I just wanna kind of went on a vacation, and I was looking for a gym to work out in. And then that's when I realized that when I visit one of the gym here, I realized that wow, it's so limited back here when it comes to when it comes to fitness option and fitness knowledge. So back then when I was when I come to Indonesia, my biggest challenge was to educate the people and introduce the people what is the benefit of high intensity interval training or circuit training or anything like that, because it was a foreign concept here in Indonesia. So there wasn't that many gym. I think there was a there's not a lot of boot camp, definitely. And you know, people were still don't know what the what this is. So my biggest challenge was to educate the people of this kind of exercise, this kind of workout, right? And then the idea of Empire was just that, to introduce a circuit training or high intensity interval training, and to mix it up the workout, right? It's not just running or it's not just lifting. How can we combine those together? And then put a little bit of what I've used back in the military of getting people ready to for combat or anything like that. Of course, we need to water it down for the civilian side, but you know, the biggest thing was what I've seen was that the fun aspect is it's quite lacking between those two, you know, which is you go in a cardio, people put their headphones on and they go on the run. Or you go in the gym, you know, they're just lifting and do their set. There wasn't that many of like, oh, you know, a teamwork or a camaraderie feel into the exercise where everybody is pushing each other, where everybody are kind of like, okay, let's go through this together. That was something that I feel was missing back then. So that's when I decided, like, okay, I think this group training workout is something that definitely need here in Indonesia, in Jakarta in particular at a time. So that's why I moved, and that's why I opened Empire. We really want to focus a lot on the camaraderie aspect of it and focusing on winning together instead of winning against each other, which is why it's mostly kind of like that community working out together and stuff. So yeah, that's the idea behind Empire.
I think it's really cool that you make a business out of because of a solution that is lacking here. And okay, the next question is for Mel. What attracted you when you first discovered Empire, and what is your first impression of it?
Okay, so okay. So I started working out when I was like when I came back here for good. Like after I left LA, I started working at just started working out. In my whole life, I hated the gym. I hated PE. Never work out. I used to live in LA. I never tried any of those like big studios. Yeah, so that was me before. So when I came back here, I gained a lot of weight in like short amount of time. I gained a lot of weight because I miss all this Indonesian food. So then I just decided to join the gym, and I joined one of those like what's it called, like chain gym that are like in like malls and all that. We're not gonna drop any names here, but yeah, in one of those gyms in the mall, and I was working out there for like a year. I mean, I lost the weight, but I don't feel inspired. I don't feel like, when you want to go to Empire, you're excited, you want to see your friends. Oh, you want to do this, you're gonna go running with your friends, or like you're gonna lift weight with your friends. I don't feel that excitement, and I wasn't really inspired by the coach as well. So luckily, um, so this was like, so I just got a job. I just got my new job. Actually, I used to work for Dior, and this was my first day of working there. And I bumped into Elbert in Starbucks, in one of the Starbucks in the building. And then so we met before, like we met like a year before this second meeting in Starbucks. And then he's like, hey, like, what? Who's this guy? He's like, hey, I'm Elbert. You remember me? We met I think like a year ago. I just opened a gym. And then I was like, oh my God, yes, I've been looking for a new place to go because I don't really like where I was going. So, and then he's like, oh yeah, why don't you just try it out? And it's just it's just a different tower than my old office. So it's so nice. I can just walk to the gym. So yeah, I came there. Of course, just like everyone, I was intimidated, a bit scared, and don't know like what is plates, what is burpees? I don't know. I know what burpee is, but like I don't know like what the equipment's called. So I'm a bit like lost and confused. But everyone, since like day one, everyone in Empire is so welcoming and everyone is so helpful towards each other, especially to newbies. So they just welcome us, welcome me, and then as soon as I finished my first session, I contacted my friend. I was like, bro, you guys have to come here. You guys have to work out with me. And then, yeah. And then I keep coming back. And then a year later, I work for Empire. So, wait, did I answer your question? Yeah, my first impression was, of course, like a bit like, oh, so tough. Everyone is so strong. But then again, if you keep coming back, if you keep training, and you'll get there too, and you inspire other people too, and then you bring more people into the community. Yeah, that's my story.
Yeah, that's really relatable. Like, I remember just telling my friends about it. Every time I meet my friends, I just tell about it, how great Empire is, and just like, please come, please work out with me. So the next question, Albert, what are your struggles when you first opened Empire back then compared to it now?
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you, Michelle, both of you, for a very heart-touching testimony there. Okay, so the first struggle when I first come here was justifying the price for this kind of training. So, talking from the business perspective, I think a lot of people want to try because it looks different, right? It's fun. People are engaging with each other, and you guys are laughing in the workout, and a lot of people are see that they want to give that a try, right? But obviously, like I mentioned, at the time, people, I feel like the mindset of investing to your health, to fitness, it's they don't know how much they want to spend yet at a time. I got a lot of people said at the beginning, oh, udah bayar mahal-mahal, diteriakin capek-capek lagi. It's like all of these people are like, but it's because they don't know, right? Like what's the benefit of it. And so the education of it and justifying, okay, like this is why we're different, this is why we charge a certain price, right? There, people are still stuck into that. Oh, well, do you guys have pool? Do you guys have a locker room, huge locker room? You guys have that, which is something that our facility doesn't provide, right? We focus on having a good trainer, the trainer that's very competent, that could engage with everybody, run the program smoothly and effectively while getting everybody to have fun, right? Because our focus is actually to build people's habit to want to come to work out. So that was the first challenge. But as soon as all these other gym popping out, or people are starting to get familiar with the concept, and they see outside of countries such as Singapore or Australia, and they're like, oh, this is what they do in Australia, this is what they do in Singapore, da, 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 da. And they compare prices, and a lot more people, and also other boutique gym opening, a lot more people are willing to pay. So that was the struggle back then, because people are like, okay, why am I paying this much to join this workout, right? And is this gonna get me a rip in 10 days or something like that? So still, the education was still not there, right? Now I think right now is about to me, I think since there's so many gym compared to 4 or 5 years ago, now it's just about, okay, why should they come to you specifically compared to all the other boutique studio that provide boot camp or HIIT or functional training, right? How can I like, since the prices now is pretty much almost similar, now people have more options. So now the challenges, it become a challenge in the sense of like, okay, how can we differentiate ourselves from all these other gyms, right? How can we still be up there while some new gyms coming up, or some gyms trying to copy what we do, or some gyms trying to do other program that might be quite different than us. And it's about an actual business, looking at each other and how can we differentiate ourselves. So it's not, so I don't have to justify, okay, this is what boot camp. We still have to do that because there's still a lot of people that haven't tried, but there's not much of that anymore. We get a lot of people that come here that already know what Empire is, what kind of workout they could expect. We don't get a lot. So that's I think the difference is, between how it is now, then, and how it is now. The struggle now is just about, differentiating among all the other competitor or gyms out there.
Thank you for answering the question. Yeah, I think Empire has a pretty distinct brand on its own, and there's nothing like Empire really all around the world. So we got a question from Janice on Facebook. She asked, ideally for a beginner, how many times should a person work out in a week? Maybe Albert can answer that.
Try out with 3 times a week first. At the beginner level, what you need to focus on is building the habit. This is something that I always said. You gotta build the habit of spending the time of that 1 hour to exercise, right? I mean, how many people here that have a gym membership but they never showed up? Because the hardest part actually is making your way to the gym, justifying, I'm gonna go work out today. That is the number one obstacle. That's the most difficult thing. So you have to be able to get over that before you worry about how many times am I gonna train. Well, can you even do one, right? So first and foremost, if you gotta find something you like, whether that's, dancing or HIIT training or lifting, or you just walking around GBK. We got a lot of people walking around here. Once you find that, as in it's not a difficult task for you to set an hour of your time to do something that gets you sweating, to get your body moving, then you focus on the intensity. Now, in that question, how many times can you walk? You can walk every day, right? If that counted as an exercise. So again, my main thing is finding something you like. Now, if you are jumping into our workout, say you're like, okay, I don't know what I like. I want to try your program. I want to give your a go, and I want to stick to your program for at least 8 weeks. Then what I would recommend for that person is you try our beginner class and then some of the regular class, in total of 3 times a week. And what's going to happen is your body is going to get sore after the first training for sure, and second training, and even the third. But hopefully after that first week, your body start getting adjusted to it. You went from getting used to getting exhausted at the warm up to get used to the warm up. And then you may be finishing up the first part of the workout and then all the way till the end. So 3 times, and then you increase the amount of time. So just focus on consistency first before you focus on the intensity.
Thank you for answering the question, Albert. So next question is for Mel. So Mel, I know that you work in the fashion industry before Empire. So how did you transition your marketing strategy to the fitness industry? And did you have any experience before?
Well, my background or my education background is marketing, and all my fashion job, all of them are marketing related. So when I transition to fitness, I think like the marketing aspect is still the same. It's just that now I am simpler word to explain is just like I'm selling different product now. Instead of clothes and bags, I'm selling experience. I'm selling yeah, I'm selling experience. So that's like the difference of it, I guess. Wait, hold on. I'm a bit nervous, guys. This is my first time doing a live panel, so I'm a bit nervous. Uh, did I answer the question, or how did I transition? I think okay, I know the answer. Um, how did I transition? I think because I was a member before. I was a member for 1 year before. So for me to do the marketing or like to get the message across what Empire is, what our brand is, what our value is, it comes naturally for me because I know I'm part of the community. So I think that's how I transition. So it was a smooth transition for me, even though I don't have a fitness background.
Okay, good answer. I really like the events that you make actually. It's really fun, and that's how I kept remembering, okay, I need to go back to Empire, you know. Okay, so we have a question again from, okay, wait, before that, I have a question for Albert. So, Albert, with the coronavirus pandemic going around, how has the Empire's reaction to it, and how did you manage to improvise to this situation?
All right. So with the coronavirus, when we first heard it went to Indonesia, I mean, we were already kind of on our toes, and then especially when we heard, what happened to another place, then we decided to did what we do, what we call the kill box. Now, if you went to our gym, there's tapes around. It's about 2 by 2 meter box, and everybody have to stay in that box and work out in that box. So we first respond to that because at the time we don't know what's going to happen. Will the number increase or that's it, right? Other countries such as Korea, they did really, really well managing it. So we were hoping that that was going to happen, right? It didn't jump up so fast. So at a time we decided to let's try it out with social distancing by having a kill box in our gym. So the kill box is something that actually what we did when I was going through boot camp in the military. The way we do our exercises, when we 4 weeks into the boot camp, people will start getting sick, whether that's pink eye or that's being in the water for too long. So because of that, the drill instructor would have to give us our own section to work out in, and we would stay in that section the whole time, no contact or anything like that. So that was kind of like the inspiration behind the kill box. So everybody, all the members have at least about 2 meters or close to it of distance while they're working out. We didn't share equipment. We didn't, we didn't have anybody kind of high-fiving each other, contact. We want them to come in, get out, right? So we did that, and then he got a pretty good feedback because of that. And to me is, I think the only hindrance because of that was actually the workout itself. Like we can't get as creative as we want to. We just because everybody now have one equipment and stay inside that box. But I think it was really effective in effective response to that because people feel a little bit more safer working out with us, right? Um, and then after a week, that's when I knew things were not slowing down. That's when we decided to just close the gym and not run classes anymore, physical classes. And then thank God all the members are understanding, and they support us in that decision. But at the same time, I think the day before we closed the gym, I got all the coaches and Michelle together, and this is kudos to them because I mean it was on the drop of a hat. We're like, hey guys, this is probably what's gonna happen. We're gonna close the gym, but I don't want to close the gym without giving anything to our members. So why don't we meet up tomorrow? We'll shoot a bunch of workout videos, and this is on Saturday after our Saturday class. We're like, hey, let's meet up on Sunday. We'll shoot a bunch of workout videos, and then on Monday we're gonna announce to close the gym. All right, because at a time I also figured maybe they might lock us down on Monday, which didn't happen at the time. So and everybody on board. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. So on Sunday, all the coaches came. Michelle came, and we spent like I don't know, like 6 hours. I think it was 6-7 hours just to shoot content, so that way we have something to give to the member. And this is a free content that we're giving on our Instagram, because we were like, okay, what can we give them while we're not face to face with them? And the only way that we could stay in touch, show that we still care about their physical and fitness journey, is that through this video. So we shot 6-7 hours of that, and then yeah, after that we launched the what's it called, the free content, because at the time all we were thinking was about how can we take care of the member, right? How can we still take care of the member? That is all what I'm thinking about. How can we still provide value for our members? And we did that. And then a week after we shot out the video, and a lot of people give us a good feedback. They like that we were prepared for it. They like that we moved fast. They like that we put it out there fast, because it took Mele, I think, like a day to edit a lot of them and then just push it out. All the coaches also was feeling pretty good because we did that. And then a week after that, then we decided to start our live session, which is, it was free at the time, our live workout, similar to this, but with the workout. And we just trying to introduce that. And then finally now we are charging our live session. So now we focus on the online stuff, and that's how we've been dealing with the corona, with the situation currently.
I love the virtual live session. I actually just joined this morning with you guys. So I have another question from Raymond Hutrabat from YouTube. My friends have been recommending Empire and I to get to the virtual class. Will the actual class be much harder? And do you plan to keep the virtual class after the epidemic is over?
Okay, Raymond, thank you for the question. For the actual class, yes, it'll be a bit difficult. Then look, being in the Marines, I could make the workout totally hard even if you're at home, right? So in the sense of hard getting you gassed out, we could do that while you're at home anyway, right? When we're in the desert or we're in the middle of the jungle, it's the same situation. When we're in the ship, there's no gym around. We make do what we do. Physical class, there's a lot more freedom, in a sense. There's more equipment, there's more movement that you guys could do, so people doesn't get bored, right? We got battle rope that we can do back in virtual class, right? You are limited to what you have. Now, as far as effectiveness, is there a difference? Very little, I would say, right? If you put all your thoughts into it, if you put your effort into it, can you make a home workout effective? Hell yes. There's no excuses to that. Will you get bored doing push-up, dips, squat, all this body weight stuff? You will, probably will. But will it work? It will still work, right? So the difference is, in the sense of harder, yeah, we got a lot of more equipment. Effectiveness, maybe it's because you feel like you're doing a lot more different stuff. Yeah, a little bit more variety. Could be also. But yeah, the reason why our gym was, even before this, was we got a lot of people coming in, is because we use the whole perimeter that we have, and we got a decent size of gym, and we try and get people moving from one station to the next, jumping. We try and hit everything, and that is the difference between the virtual and the live class, the virtual and the regular classes. So I would recommend, definitely, I started up to open a gym so people get the freedom to express their movement, right? So that's the advantage that they have. So yeah, it could be a little bit more difficult, in the sense of there's more weights that we could put in when you are working out here in live classes. And do I plan to keep the virtual class? Yes, we plan to keep the virtual class forever. So we are focusing now on a lot of virtual. Look, when I those people that is in Surabaya or in Salatiga, I don't know, we got people coming in from Kalimantan and people, Gorontalo and all of that. And hopefully we could continue that. And with being live virtual session, it won't be as expensive as it is in the live session also, right? And we even got people from New York. Today we got people from New York, we got people from London. So we just want to expand our wings in that sense, and live session is the way to go, and we're gonna keep continuing that. We're still gonna keep on. How do we gonna make this interesting? How do we gonna make this more as addicting, in the sense of people want to have fun working out with us? So we're always thinking about that. But yeah, we're gonna continue, man.
That's so true. I love the virtual class where there's like three different coaches like just shouting you. It feels like Empire. It feels like Empire at home. And now that people can experience it all over the world, it's so amazing. It's like Empire intern going international. It's amazing. So the next question is for Mel. Empire Fit Club seems to have a strong community and a large following on social media. I even found out Empire through social media at first, before you were the social media manager at the time, I think. And how did you try to create the brand Empire into what we know now?
Okay. I think, okay, the answer is going to be like divided into two parts, I guess. The first one is how do we have such strong community? I think from the beginning, yeah, like before even I joined Empire, Empire or Elbert has always highlight the community, like the people. Not so much on the, of course, we highlight the gym and the coaches, but the main thing that Elbert and Empire always highlight is the community, the people's progress, people's basically from the beginning. Albert and Empire always highlight the community, so I guess that's why the community grows so fast from just like 3 years. It grows like, I think, more than tripled now. And the second part about the social media, I think the main key is to be consistent. Empire, we keep it consistent on our Instagram with our IG story, with our posts. We post at least once a day. That's like the very least. We usually post at least like three times a day. And then on Insta story, we always tag our member so that a lot of people love it when they get tagged, and then they repost it on their story, and then their friends see it, and then their friends like, oh, I want to try that too, or I want to go with her. So that's how we grow our social media, and being proactive also. So let's say TikTok is like super on trend right now. So me and Albert jump on that trend. We just try TikTok, and a lot of people like that. Like we got a lot of engagement and attraction from there. And also, also like during this pandemic, we are like really, really heavy on content, so that people can just go to our social media and still get a workout from home. So I think being consistent and being proactive that's our key of having such high or big following on social media. Yeah.
So thank you, Mel, for the answer. The next question is for Albert, which is, what is your goal for Empire in the future and the members, and do you feel like you have achieved that?
Okay, what is my goal for Empire, and have I achieved that? So first, by the way, when I was in the military, my one of my responsibility was that I was helping my people in my company company battalion, and then you get the company, right? To get ready for deployment, for combat, to go to Afghanistan and stuff. So I was one of the combat fitness instructor, and basically when I was there, I train them to get ready for the terrain, the kind of stress, the physical stress that they will have to go through while they're in Afghanistan or Iraq. So that's how I get into deeper into fitness when I was in the military. And when I was in there, um, I figured like, okay, this is my passion. This is what I want to do. But I also want to do it outside of the military now. So now it became from training warriors, it became to training civilian just to get in shape. And at a time, my goal was just to have one gym and to have a 100 member. To me, it was like 100 members enough, right? And then I achieved that the first year when I opened in Jakarta back in 2016, right? So 16, 17. And after that, my goal have expanded. Like, okay, now I want to have a bigger goal. And like what I mentioned earlier, I really want to touch on people's life in the whole Indonesia. So in the future, what we're looking for is we want to, well, actually, if all these things didn't happen, we would have another gym in Jakarta actually that we've been working on it, but obviously everything put a hold on this. But we would like to have 4 location here in Indonesia, 4 to 5 location in Indonesia, and then we want to expand outside Indonesia. So if you ask me in the big picture, my goal is to take Empire as a fitness brand that came out of Indonesia and make it global. So we do want to go outside of Indonesia. We want to dominate the fitness industry, not just in Indonesia, but in Southeast Asia, Asia eventually, and perhaps even the US. Because I come from the US, I've been through all of these fitness places. I've trained under some of the best coaches. I myself know that we as a brand, we as a system can hang with the best of them out there. So eventually, it's just a matter of time that I will take Empire to go out there, and yeah, I'm not scared in the sense of competing with them. So have I achieved that? No, but we're damn working on it, and we are grinding, put our head down and working towards that all the time. So obviously we have to establish that here in Jakarta, have few more location. We already have one in Bali. That's kind of like our flagship for the global awareness, right? Bali have that global awareness where Jakarta have that national local awareness. And eventually I think we're gonna take it there, and that's maybe it's gonna take us 1, 2, or 3 years. But that is the goal. That is the goal right now. And we haven't achieved that yet, but we're working on it. And of course, changing as many people's life as we can here in Indonesia.
That's really awesome. So I think Empire, when you go to Empire, you really feel like you're not in Jakarta. It's really like in the US, like internationally standard coach, and the place is also amazing. The equipments are high standard. You kind of create that in Jakarta. It's really amazing. So the next question is for Albert and Mel. Empire is known for their hardcore workouts. So how do you try to attract newcomers that are new to fitness world? Maybe from Albert's perspective from the workouts, and Mel from attracting through the social media part. You can start with Mel first.
Oh, for me, well, a lot of people actually found Empire through Instagram. So I think if we always put like fun, we always highlight our classes, and whenever we have this like fun content, sometimes even like non workout related, and that is usually the one that attract newcomers. And and let's say today, I mean not today, these days, our online class, it gets a lot of traction from newcomers, because I think they feel like, okay, I'm doing it at home, so it's not gonna be as scary as going to Empire. So I guess they want to try. But the other way is to usually when people comment, "Oh my God, it looks so scary," blah blah blah. We actually DM them like, "Hey, why do you think? Why do you think it's like it's scary? Or like, why don't you try it?" And we get a lot of DM people asking us like, "I never worked out before, so do you think I can survive Empire?" And we usually we literally like have like one-on-one like chat with them, and then usually some of them decided to try the gym. So that's how we do it through social media.
Okay, now Albert.
All right, so how do I attract newcomer that are new to fitness world? Well, look, I totally understand Empire does have a very intimidating look. I mean, look at me. I look so intimidating as well. But but look, first of all, before I answer that question, I think Empire will always be seen as one of those that will give you a tough workout, and I own that. We as a company, we want to own that, because um, anything that if you talking about, I mean, this is coming from my military background, you know, to earn that something and that goal. Obviously, if it's easy, everybody could do it. All that good, all that motivational talk, but I make it as civilian friendly as I can, right? And talking to the coaches who was member first, we program it to be able to be as connecting to our members. Now, obviously, even if we water it down fully, it will still have that kind of image because it is a high intensity training, right? But we just have to keep educating the people of the benefit of this. Would you get hurt or would you die in Empire? No, you won't. But which just comes back to you as a person. Are you willing to do something that you never done before? Because those are tend to be the one that you actually need to do. So we don't want people to come in and cater it to, like, we cater it to you, but in a way where it's not you demand how the workout should be. I'm the coach, not you. We dictate how the workout should be. We dictate what's going to work for you. So if you feel that that is not for you, then obviously you're not for us, right? But I've trained thousands of people that is in the worst shape as a lot of these people are saying right now, and we get them through. I mean, if you look at our Instagram, we got people who is old, overweight, injured, been through Empire for a certain time, and they made it just fine. Now, if that doesn't convince you, then there's a lot more things that you need to figure out on your own instead of what we need to communicate out there, right? And yeah, we will always still work on our marketing, our communication to communicate that as well. And how we do that, obviously through testimony, through people like you, testimony for us, or their friends trying out and drag their friends to work out. That's most of the time how it's going to be. Um, for the new one is we try to do these like challenges all the time, the 8 weeks challenge, the 12 weeks challenge. I think it's great for the people that is new, because what they need to do is they need to sign up to that challenge and form this new habit. So for the new people, that's what we try to give them, that challenge program. And the people that take on the challenge, I mean, 90% of them, unless they quit, they see a significant change, not in just their fitness wise, but their mentality as well and their habit. So yeah, me and Mally is like always working on this, focusing on how we communicate ourselves in social media, work on those before and after pictures, so that way a lot of people can also relate to that, and also just talking to people and working with like members bringing their members and stuff. So yeah, that's how we attract newcomers in the fitness industry. Really, our focus is to get those people that never worked out actually. Yeah, so yeah, that's how we do it.
Thank you for the answer, Albert. So yeah, I think I attracted a lot of people to like force my friends to come to Emperor, and they just said like it looks so intimidating, and I'm just like, no, you need to try first. And then after they tried, they kept coming back. So there's no other reason why you should not come and try. So the last question is actually some of you guys also asked, are there any tips and tricks to stay motivated because of this pandemic? You know, everybody's at home, nobody's like, you can't go anywhere. How do you stay fit during this epidemic?
Okay, you want me to answer that or Mel?
Albert, please answer that.
Look, how do you stay motivated to work out? I mean, you got to look at what the other option is. What happened if you don't work out? Right? What is especially during this pandemic? Don't get so hung up that, oh, you know, a month from now things will get better. What if it don't? Right? So you need to build your habit now. You need to build your habit now. And exercising, you know, it comes with different form. It doesn't have to work out in a sense of following what we do. You could try learn a new dance routine or something like that, and that itself is an exercise. Find something that you like. That's one thing that I would say. How do you stay motivated? Two is get people that would support you in this. Get your friends together, set up a live call, and set up a time that you guys will get together, 20-30 minutes, work out together. Right? Set that appointment and meeting for yourself, and don't cheat on yourself, right? And then lastly, stay committed to your goal. You know, again, I don't know what's gonna happen. You envision yourself how you want to be at the end of this year, and you build your habit around that, right? Being at home, you're gonna be not moving as often. You're not as active, and there's so many things that'll pull you apart, right? You turn on the TV, there's new Netflix shows, you want to binge watch, and then next thing you know, hours went by and you're not exercising. So stay out of distraction, make that exercise to be the first thing priority at the day. Boom, after that, you do what you want to do. So that's how you stay motivated, inspired to work out. Always vision yourself how you want to be at the end of this year. Think about it and follow the workout that we posted. It's free. I mean, you guys are not lacking in information. You guys are lacking in motivation. So get your ass off the couch and start working out.
Thank you, Albert, for the answer. Yeah, I think you guys need to stay active during this pandemic because your body just tends to be so stiff afterwards, and then with all this like not being able to go anywhere, just sitting down all day, it's gonna hurt your body, you know. So to wrap this up, thank you so much, Albert and Mel, for being our speaker for today, and at America for making this happen. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And I will give the floor back to Jasmine, the MC.
All right. Thank you guys so much. And earlier on in this event, I asked a question. Is it true or false? Exercise in a group can give you the motivation to push yourself harder. The answer is true. Psychologically, it is called the Kohler effect, when no one wants to be the weakest link in the group. In fitness, this translates to pushing yourself harder when tasked with working out with people who are fitter than you. So if you want to stay fit, you guys should work out in a group. So you guys should join these classes. All right, so if you guys are wondering if you would like to develop an awesome idea for a place like this, don't worry. You guys can send an event proposal to our website at www.adamerica.or.id, create an event, and go to select a program, and you can collaborate with us. All of our programs, all of our proposals coming to us will be reviewed, and you might be featured here soon. All right, that wraps up today's event. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry we have to say goodbye. Today was really exciting. Thank you guys for filling in today. And see you all at the next At America TV event. Bye-bye, everybody.